Yes, y'all. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this thing cracking. Let's get this thing moving. We are here. Let me go ahead and get this party started real quick. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to Off Rip for Story to Record with the Fago Moon Mist. That's actually one of my favorite drinks of all time. But they don't sell it in Texas, being from Detroit. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. My name is Ty Turner, and if this is your first time on this channel, you got to know that this channel is designed to help you turn your passion into profit. If you're trying to remove your grandmama's stretch marks on Photoshop, or whiten their teeth because she liked to drink a whole lot of coffee and smoke them old cigarettes with the stem, this ain't the place to do it. This is the place where you can turn your passion into profit. We teach you about the business side of content creation. And I am Black by popular demand, back for another show where this week we're going to review our gold members' projects and websites, Q&As, and we're going to get it in. Big shout out. We're doing bright colors today. Real quick, bright colors. You know, we're going with the pink polo. Got to represent our softer side to help boost the female viewership. We're only at 9.9%. My goal is to get it at about 13% before we leave. We are not sponsored by Red Bull today. Today we're going with just regular Coca-Cola because we've already had enough Red Bulls for the day, as you can see. Salmon or pink? This is more pink. This is more pink. We can go a little higher on that audio real quick. Just go up just a little bit. How y'all feeling on audio? Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? I just want to make sure. See, there we peaking right there. We can't do all that. We can do about there, though. How y'all feeling on the audio? All right. Somebody said I'm looking dapper in the pink salmon. We're going to go with salmon sound. I like how the salmon sounds. Pink is the new black. You know, we gotta do more for our female viewers. We only got 9.9%, and we got to get more females in this industry. This is an industry where we got to get more females. We got to get more from, in front of the camera to get behind the cameras. We got to tell more stories, right? We got to do that. Somebody said Coke is gross. Coke is great. If you lived in the South, up north, I drink Pepsi. Or, as he mentioned earlier, Fago, 100 Woods just donated to my haircut fund. You like that? That's what we rocking. We switching it up real quick. We got to get the fresh fade. Good looking out on the super chat, brother. Today we don't got a lot. We got a few. If you're a gold member, I'm gonna repost it in the community tab where you can submit your projects, websites, or demo reels for us to take a look at. I hear you. Likewise, Passenger 57 always bet on black. That's my favorite part of the movie. Real quick. My favorite part of the movie when he say that. That's just a line that's just every black guy always want to say that. I'd be at the roulette table losing money, like always bet on black. And they'd be like, red. I'd be like, dang, let's try it again. So it's just, it is what it is. Coke and a smile. Fun Film, we got your video today. We're going to talk about your video today. I'm not going to say which one it is because I'm not going to say who submitted what because, the person that submitted it, we're not here to, point to them and rag on them or nothing. We're just here to say, hey, this is a video that was submitted and it's dope. Okay, real quick before I get started, I want to talk about something real quick. Big shout out to everybody who has supported the podcast. We're now charting in like 8 different countries right now, and it's mind blowing. And we doing our thing. So shout out for those who downloaded it, who have submitted a review. I appreciate you guys for your support, man. You guys y'all got my back, man. I love it, man. Y'all been holding me down. Y'all been holding me down for some time, and I appreciate your support and everything that you do. I just want to say thank you for coming through. Media Smith says, increasing the female audience fund. Yes. Looking out on the super chat. Okay, we got Alexandra back in the house. Okay. We got to get more females, man. I know it's more females behind the cameras. Even with my company in FlashFilm Media, when we contract work out and we try to get other shooters, I'm usually looking for females first because we need to get more females behind the camera. They have a unique perspective on how they tell stories that needs to be told. So I am always looking for different ways and different people to be involved with the storytelling process and creating content, because it's a beautiful thing when you can tell it from everybody's point of view and not just one type of person. So I'm big on that. So, you know, good looking out. Catalyst Media say, Ty, I've been waiting to catch you on live stream, listened and really found lots of value on your channel. You really have a different style and vibe to your channel. Congrats. I appreciate your support. And man, I'm just trying to be me. I just try to be me in a world of people that's just trying to be like the next guy. So I appreciate you. You know, it's weird, and I kind of went on this tangent a little bit before, but you know, I started my channel. At first I was just doing reviews, and I was like, man, I'm not saying this ain't helping nobody, but let me talk about the stuff that people didn't want to talk about, you know. So that one art chick says, so since I'm a female, does that mean you're willing to allow me to job shadow you? I'm still hurting from that last comment you made like 2 weeks ago on a live chat. We ain't gonna talk about that, but Alexandra Walker says women and not females, please. Okay, cool. Women. Some prefer each, so I gotta, you know, I had one lady say, don't say girls, say females. So today for you, I'm gonna say women, and not women's with an S. I'm gonna say women. So it's all good. So he said you're really authentic, and it comes across your first video. It's really rarely comment, but you made me want to ask the question. So I just want to make sure everybody good. Make sure everybody great today. Everybody safe, wearing your mask, your gloves, whatever. I'm laughing at people that wear masks inside their car. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I know I'm tired of smelling my own breath, but it is what it is. You gotta stay safe for the kids and the grandparents. So what today's live is about is, like I said, we're going to look at videos that were submitted by our gold members, and we're going to mildly critique them. We're gonna keep it real. We're not here to crush nobody or hurt nobody's feelings, but we're here to teach people ways that they can improve the content. All right. So without saying more, we're gonna get started with a project video that was submitted to me. Let me get my headphones on to make sure we doing it. Somebody said, where my mask at? If you can catch COVID through this live stream, but you got real good monitor if you can catch it, you know. That one art chick, hypothetically speaking, if I wanted to focus solely on the shooting aspect of things, can a production company be ran using Fiverr? I'm learning new things about video production. Okay, let's tackle that for a minute before we get into that. What do you mean by production company? Can the editing portion be handled by Fiverr, or what portion of it? I know a lot of people who good looking out, Red Base Media, for the Polo Swag Fund. I know a lot of people who built a brand where they just negotiate the deals and they outsource the filming part of it and the editing part of it, and they really are there just to make 30% on the actual shoot, and that's all they do is negotiate the deal, and they're there to negotiate 30%. You know, the other 70% usually goes to labor, and it goes to editing, and they make 30 to 40% a deal, and all they do is advertisement, work with the client, and submit everybody else. Sometimes actually they make more than that. I'm sorry, they spend 30% on the actual outsourcing, so they make 70%. And the guys who film it and edit it make 30%, and which is really easy. Let's say if you got a company that does unlimited edits or a certain amount of edits per month for a flat rate, and you got a team of filmmakers or videographers that you know what their day rate is or flat rate is, you can always negotiate, and you know what your cost is as a content creator. Same way I do with writing. So I offer a certain level of a la carte items that clients can add that I know the cost, like writing the script, the teleprompter, things like that. There's things that I add to the proposal that a client can click on and say, yes, we want to move forward with that. And make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video, because I had a client that I lost today, right? I lost a client today that I pitched to in a proposal, And what I instruct you guys to do is always ask, hey, you guys didn't choose us. Why didn't you choose us? Just so we can improve moving forward. And I'm going to tell you what they said. So we're going to talk about that a little later. Don't let me forget that as we move forward, because we don't got a lot of videos and websites to look at today. So I'm going to encourage more gold members to submit it. You have to be a gold member on the YouTube channel. When you become a gold member in the community tab, there's an area that you can you'll find the information to submit your video. So make sure you definitely do that. So just real quick to piggyback off that one art chick question, she says, I'm a beginner and I want to focus on learning how to make quality film, but let Fiverr do the editing and everything else to run a full service video production company. Yes, I would highly recommend that you have something like Fiverr or Video Husky, or there's a gentleman that just posted in the Facebook group. If you remember the Facebook group, he offers a editing package where he'll edit a certain amount of videos per month. And I think he has an unlimited package as well, and allow them to do the editing. Me as a editor who knows what he's doing from top to bottom, sometimes I just don't want to do it. And cost wise, it's cheaper for me to outsource it, right? Even image editing. When I used to shoot weddings and I don't want to go through 2,000 pictures, I found a company that'll do it for like 3 to 6 cents a picture, right? So I know that I'm gonna take 3,000 pictures at this wedding. I know what the cost of that will be. I know how to factor that into the price. And then guess what? That Sunday, I can go spend it with my kids at the park instead of editing photos for the next 72 hours straight. I'd rather allow somebody else to do it and then just take a little cut, because my time is valuable. And I'm at a point in my life where work-life balance is available. I want to be available for my kids. I want to go play with them. It's summertime. You know, I'm the dad that like to get dirty and roll around and play laser tag and chase them around the house. And I want to do that. Now, for me, it's worth spending $200 to get those images edited by somebody else. So even if you know how to do it, it's still a valuable option to outsource. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had videos edited for as little as $20 a video, right? You can get it done. Now, are you gonna get the best quality, super high level? No, you're not. Let's be real. You're not. Will you get something that's usable? Yes. Have I ever uploaded a video on this YouTube channel that was edited for $20? Yes, a few of them. So some you may be able to tell, some you may not be able to tell, but it's useful to get started. And when you're doing, a lot of people think that when you go do corporate, and I had this conversation the other day, a lot of people think that, oh man, I'm not good enough to do corporate stuff. I'm not good enough to do corporate stuff. Corporate stuff is going to be the most boring, talking head, basic video you're going to ever shoot in your life. You're going to be begging for them to allow you to add something as simple as a pan or a tilt, something, please, because all of corporate videos are super boring. If you can shoot talking head plus B-roll, you're 90% of the way there. So, you know, you don't have to be super good to be efficient in corporate America. What you need to be good at is telling the story. Is having a client say, we want to talk about our brand. How do we do that? Perfect. Let me write the story. Let me create the story so that we can then capture the content needed. So, you know, that's something that you got to think about. Real quick, Catalyst says, Ty, how do you go about charging clients that want full raw footage a year after the project, or just snippets to provide third parties like TV making a piece on them? Okay, so I am charging, first of all, I'm not gonna have your raw files a year later. That's just me. I'm gonna keep it for 6 months for 2 reasons. One, I don't wanna have to buy 10 terabytes of hard drives every 2 years, right? And that cost is coming out of a job that I've already, it's old money, right? I'm not making money on it consistently, so I'm not gonna keep it consistently. 2, it encourages the client to either pay me to hold that footage or buy that raw footage. And it gives them a time limit, right? It gives them a time limit. Now, if it's some footage I like and I want to get B-roll from it, we can go that route, or I want to go send it to a stock site where I can make money off of it, completely different, but I'm not holding on to a client footage over a year. That's just me. That's just me. That's just how I operate. Other people in other video production companies, which in my opinion is an older method, will hold on to stuff, but I'm not holding on to your video production project for longer than a year. You didn't want it. Why should I keep it? I'm just not doing it. Unless it's some really good footage that I want to use for a reel or something, but you can either buy the footage and I'll deliver it on a hard drive that you can go sit somewhere. I'm not going to invest in $20,000 for 20 terabytes of footage every 2 years just because. It's just not gonna happen. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make business sense to me. So a few quick questions, because these are some good questions that are coming up. Real quick questions. Usually I tell clients to let us come out and reshoot it, but if it's within that 6-month window, then I'll charge them for a re-edit. But I notify clients. In fact, I put it in my calendar to automatically send them emails to let them know that we will no longer have that footage. That footage is going to be gone. All right. When you pay Fiverr editors, do they give you project files? Some do. They'll charge you extra for it, $5 or $6 extra. It's worth it. But it depends on what you edit on. I just want an XML. I don't actually need the Fiverr. I don't need the Fiverr files. Just give me an XML. I'm good, because I'm usually pulling it up in DaVinci Resolve or Final Cut Pro, and a lot of times they're editing in Premiere. Mr. B, Adam, he asked me, have I come across Adam Forgone? Is that how you say his name? I have not. I make them pay for insurance storages for me to keep it. That's, yeah. Google Admin Console, they give you unlimited drive uploads. We're getting some buffering on the website. I hope you guys are not, okay, I got it good. I mean, you can, in my career, other than when I worked for a big company, I just didn't see the need to hold on to footage after a year. It was either outdated or we just didn't need it, or I haven't had it. So I personally, I'm not gonna keep it unless they pay me to keep it. That's just me. Even if it's unlimited drive uploads, for me to go work with it again, I gotta pull it. It's gonna take me 2 days to re-download that 3 terabytes of footage. So an XML file is a somewhat universal file that you can export from your video editor of choice that you can then import into a different video editor, right? And it'll keep all the files in place. Now, it'll try to keep titles, but it won't do a good job at titles because usually plugins are different across the board, but it'll try to at least keep all of the video files in place and keep things that are standard, like transitions and fades, all of that in place. And it's real good. It's a real good situation there. But just something to think about. Just something to think about as you build the brand. So I want to, I'm doing a different method to show a different screen, but I want to kind of go into this first video, which is a project video, it talks about Amazon FBA. And I want to kind of switch over to that in a second just to play that. My script writer, I'm going to post on my gear page because I got to go back and see what their name is exactly. I don't want to give you the wrong name. And script writer, I do a little bit expensive because I want to make sure that English is their first language. So it's a little more expensive, but they tend to be able to write a little bit better. I've just had bad experiences in countries where English wasn't the first language. For those who use English every day, we tend to use a little more slang. Stuff mean different stuff. And I like to provide a real cutting edge script that's current. So every now and then it'll have a little slang. I like to be the company to help businesses feel hip, right? And to do that, you got to push them a little bit. So your English needs to be very relevant to write that way. So something to think about. That guy, he says about deleting raw files. What if there's an issue over 6 months later and you need to proof that the original content is yours. Like, what if you catch somebody else using your work without a license? That could be a catch-22. That could be a catch-22. Usually I'll keep a program file, and I'll keep the files that were used in that program in the raw format. But as far as all the extra B-roll, all of that stuff, that got to go. Is it me, or is the lighting better or brighter or something? I relit it. I relit it a little different. You've noticed that. I got a different softbox. I got a fill light here. I got a catch light that's a little bit brighter back there. Watch that. Look at that. Boom. A little bit different. That's a good lighting eye. You see that? You see that hair light a little bit? Just to separate the El Natural from the background a little bit. Yeah, that's El Natural. That's what we call it in the hood. That's when you go natural. You go happy to be nappy. Ty, have you ever had clients ask you for the rights to the footage and for them to license it to you? Okay. So are you asking if I ever had clients? Frank Nitty, good looking out on the super chat, bro. Have I ever had clients ask for the rights to the footage and for them to license it to you? So they wanted to buy the information, they wanted to buy the rights to the footage and then give me the right to use it. If that's what you're asking, yes, actually. I did something for Verizon and Samsung that involved an NDA, and they wanted to own the footage outright. Like, I had no right to use it in a demo reel. I wasn't even, like, it was so hush-hush at the time that I couldn't even refer to them by their company name. They wanted to just be referred to as the client. And I've had a lot of my really big clients prefer it that way. If we're working on something that, you know, because think about it. If if they do a commercial on the new rate plan that's dropping, you know, in August, they're probably shooting commercials now, and they don't want that information out. They don't want to give T-Mobile a chance to counter that rate plan, but the commercials need to be shot. So you'll have to shoot an NDA. Like, you'll have to be very careful with that content, because if it slip out, it's a wrap. A lot of these YouTubers that do all of these reviews that drop the day an item drop, they've received those cameras a week ago, and they've been out filming with it and can't really talk about it. And they have to upload a video to go live at 12:01 a.m. And if that video go live a day before the launch of the new GoPro or whatever, they're jacked. They've burned that bridge. It'll never happen again. So sometimes you're in situations where you have to be very, very selective and very careful with how you work footage, and how you work footage. So you got to hurry up and drop the masterclass because you're itching to get the Sling Studio. The Sling Studio, you might as well go ahead and put that bad boy in the cart and hit the buy now button. Fresh cut during quarantine. You got to stay quarantine clean. You got to stay quarantine clean, So let's get to the first one real quick. Let's go to the first video. Let me swap out to it. This is a different method that I'm using to play videos, so have a little patience with me. I got my headphones on so I can make sure I can hear it when you hear it. In fact, let me get that going. Make sure there's no echo in my headphones because it may be a little bit, but let's get right to it. Boom, here we go. This is the first one, and let's go from here.
The FBA market has changed. Never before has there been this much saturation on the platform, and now you have Amazon itself as your competitor. While gurus sell you their $1,000 courses, the top sellers in e-commerce know that the secret to being successful at selling products online is imagery that captivates your audience and tells a visual story that your customers can relate to. So with 93% of consumers citing that visual appearance is the key deciding factor in a purchasing decision, how are your product photos performing? And it doesn't stop there. As the internet matures, 72% of customers prefer to learn about products through video content, and are then 64% more likely to make a purchase after watching. Does your product have engaging video content? It's clear that the bar continues to rise. And at Skyline FBA, we love helping Amazon sellers like you break through all the noise with imagery and video content designed to speak to your customers' core desires, so you can grow your business and be the brand your competitors envy. To get started on the path to improving your image, head on over to SkylineFBA.com and fill out the contact form. Mention this ad to receive your first photo free.
All right. I felt like that was dope. I felt like that was a good use of stock photos. Let me make sure I cut this part off so I can see. There was a good use of stock photos and a good use of actual footage. I think he did a good job with it. I think he said he shot it for free. I can't remember, but I thought the video was dope. I think it had a good combination of visuals, because visuals is, when you do a video like that, you want to make sure you show a lot of visuals and a lot of text on screen. So give me a second. I want to get the next one up here, because that was a project, of course. Let me make sure I pause that. Everything is in full screen right now, so I'm trying to switch it back. And let's look at a website, right? Let's look at a website. Let's talk about a website right now. Now, I just want to say real quick, while I go into this, I can't see your comments right now. So let me get out of full screen so I can make sure I see your comments and I can switch back and forth. All right. Real quick, so the master course, think of it as, if you go look at the 5 key steps for creating an effective portfolio that convert course, right? The master course is going to be 3 times the size of that course, because it's going to be broken up into three sections. Building the brand, like what you should know when you build the brand. The second section is going to be what you should know as you run the business. What's the business part? How do you get the business going? And the third step is systems and processes. What you should know as the business. Now that the businesses are up and running, let's talk forms. Let's talk how to get clients. Let's talk. And the reason I broke it up into 3 parts is because you may be at a different level in that process, and I don't want you to have to eat the whole course to continue to move forward. It's not fair to you. So, real quick, let's take a look at this. All right, let's switch over to this website, and we're going to start with their demo reel and everything. Optical extractions, nice. Now, let me start off rip. Let me start off rip and say a few things real quick, real quick. One thing that I really like initially from this website, just initially, before we even get started, is the fact that he has his message up front and he has his demo reels the first thing you see when they land on the page. That is very, 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 very important, right? I preach that all the time. It's extremely important to give that visual immediately, because you may lose a client, and if all you got is 30 seconds, with them, you need to tell them the most important information up front. And that is my company motto and an example of what we do right here. Boom. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm not crazy about, just how busy this background is compared to this white text. For me, I would darken the background a little bit so everything can pop. I like to start your journey, because instead of sign up or get more or whatever, I like that. But before we even do that, let's go here first.
So often we observe fantastic landscapes and engage with the surreal while locked behind a glass barrier. Shatter this barrier and consider conceptual portrait photography. Let's go even further beyond as we spiral wonderfully out of control into the arms of inspiration. Imagine watching a space battle from the hull of a ship, or painting your love with the stars. Envision floating through the atmosphere, or a simple Wonderland-esque size change. It might sound like wizardry, but whatever your dream is, we can make it happen. Our journey as a company started with a pre-med track where precision is critical. We take that same precision and scientific curiosity and apply it to every project. Our passion propels us to dive deep into the abyss of imagination to discover innovative and creative concepts for maximum immersion.
Nice.
We know how to tell a surreal story. We work with you to get... So
real quick. I can tell this guy, he took the course, the 5 key steps for creating an effective portfolio that converts. Because there's something he did that I scream all day long in that course to do. And I can tell he took the course, right? Because I preach a lot about showing behind the scenes and then going from that to the
creative
final
concepts
thing,
for maximum immersion.
right? That shows the client that you really did that. Like you know what I'm saying? It's the same equivalent of going to some place and you order a sandwich and they go in the back and make it and you don't get to see them make the sandwich. And you're like, I wonder if this sandwich come pre-processed. Like, I wonder if this mug come like together already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they back there just heating my junk up and I'm paying all this money. Where Subway build the sandwich in front of you and you instantly assume it's fresh. It's super fresh, which it is. But because it's built in front of you, the freshness and wow factor adds value to a sandwich. That's why you're paying $13 for a sandwich at Subway. And it cost them 48 cents to make it, but you're paying $13. Or even $5 for a footlong. It don't cost, it's 68 cents worth of material in a $5 footlong. But because they build it in front of you, it adds value. And that's something that I preach. One of the things that I preach in the 5 key steps for creating an effective portfolio that converts course. And here he's done it. I can see it.
We know how to tell a surreal story. We work with you to give you the chance to ignite your imagination so that you can become something or someone
more of it right there.
You've only dreamed of. You'll be able to express yourself in ways you never thought possible, to create your own unique art piece or become your favorite fictional character. What's our process? We work with you to seek inspiration, design your outfit, work on hair, makeup, and props.
Important thing he did that's also in that course. He's talking about his process. What should you expect once you hand your money over to me, right? One thing that help you lose value and not seem like you're worth it is when you don't have a process. And when you take the money and you're like, okay, maybe we gonna do this and do that. Think about a time you went to a restaurant and you ordered something and they just looked at you like, hey, he want mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a system and process to go through to get you your food. McDonald's is excellent at providing value with systems and processes, making it easy for you to order and know what's coming. Here's your ticket number. You're up next. You can look on the screen, see who up there. Like it's that, all that adds value. And you got to understand McDonald's is doing this for $1 burger. You're trying to get $3,000 for a video shoot. They're doing this for a $1 burger. They're over delivering by showing you the process that happens, right? He's doing this in his reel. So you know this guy's an expert. You know he's a subject matter expert because he's been doing it so long that he has a solid process that he goes through, and he's going to take you through that process. A small, minimized, short version within his reel. Those are little things that I talk about in the course to help show value, to make you look expensive so people will pay what you're asking for. That's why I say if you just got clips to a reel, people like, that's it? You can't, them days are over with. Just having your best clips on a reel to music, them days are over with. Them days are done. You can't compete with this guy if you have a bunch of dope pictures to music. And somebody's looking at this and looking at that, you've lost. It don't even matter. I don't care who you work with. What else is on your website, your price, it don't matter. When they look at this reel and this is what they're looking for, and then they go look at your stuff and you just got clips to music, you've lost 100% of the time. Your own cousin will switch and go with a different company because they don't know what they're getting with you. They just see pretty pictures to music. So it's something to think about and ways to show value. And that those who have taken that course, they know, they get it. But those who haven't, this is something that I preach in that process. A lot of people be like, well, you're giving a lot away for free. What's in the paid course? Now you know some of what's in it, but now you know just what level it is. Because the paid course don't talk about how to edit. It talk about what you should be capturing to make a reel and what should be in your reel. These are 2 times he's shown you behind the scenes and where it went to, where it started at and where it finished. So you as a buyer, as a client, can see your vision go from one step to another because he's giving you proof that he can do it, you know, and it started in one place. It's amazing to see Avenger movies when they complete it, but a lot of people want to see all the green screen and the behind the scenes, and they're in awe of how it's created, right? So give them that. Let's continue.
Prior to the shoot. The day of our shoot is one of revelry. We laugh together and experiment as we find the perfect canvas for your art. Once our shoot is done, we work our magic to transform your images from great to fantastic.
That's just another, he punching you in the throat and showing you how he can turn your idea into a reality. That's what his business is about. I'm going to take your idea for a crazy image or design, and we're going to make it come to life. And he punching you in the throat on his ability to do that over and over and over again. There is no way you're leaving this page and this is what you want and you're going somewhere else, because he's showing consistency. He's able to do it. And I tell you all the time, like, get that behind the scenes footage with your cell phone. Let it look as bummy as possible to start, and then the finished project will just blow them away even more. Let's keep moving.
Fantastical, culminating in a beautifully crafted app made just for you. So whether you want to express yourself, make an album cover, or a movie poster, think optical abstractions. Transcend the mundane and merge with the magical. Let us take you there. Click Start Your Journey on opticalabstractions.com to secure a one-of-a-kind experience.
What else do you need to know? Then he said start your journey. The only thing I would change with that video is I would go in and I would lower the EQ band in the music to make sure that the voice stands out more, but that's it. I want that voice to pop a little more. But other than that, I think it's excellent. It does a great job. Is the 5 key steps included in the master course? It is not. We will offer a package that includes, but it'll be a package with all the prices and everything together. But if you got that course now and you got the 5 key steps, it wouldn't be a difference in price. So real quick, I want to make sure I answer your question. Continuing or finalizing on the last topic, how much? Okay, so my price almost doubles if they want to own raw footage. That's just me. Excuse me. So, but let me go back to that website because I want to look at the website as well. Let's go ahead and swap that out real quick. Okay. Now, I also tell you to have your statement, what your company does up front, your question, and the next thing should be proof. Boom. Proof. What I tell you. Here's proof. You always want to have proof to what you do, right? Okay, so they're either going to click get started here, because now that we've seen it, I think there's a picture that's supposed to be here and missing. What's next? Because if you're not convinced now and I've showed you all this, you need more proof. Boom, customer testimonial. Next. That's perfect. I wouldn't put the coming soon here. I would just leave that off until you get it. And you got a few spots that got to get loaded here, and that's fine, still in the process. But that's what you need for a successful website. I got you for 30 seconds. I'm gonna punch you in the throat as much as I can in this square. I'm gonna hit you with our tagline. I'm gonna ask you call to action. Start your journey now. Go down to proof. And then more proof. So proof of concept usually, now it's loading. Here's proof that we can do what you want us to do, right? And here's what our friends and family, and not friends and family, but our clients think of working with us. Perfect. That's all you need. Don't make them overthink. Don't make people have to work that hard to spend money with you. Because it shouldn't be that difficult. Right? I had a website that was all over the place, and I had to dumb it down. And when I dumbed it down, I got more clients. I mean, look at my website. Same thing, mission statement, punch in the throat, call to action. All right. If you're still not sold, I got more proof. Right? Here's more proof, and they got just information about why you should trust us. Here's companies we've worked for. Here's where we've been featured. Call to action. Still don't believe me? More proof. Here's what my clients say. I got a list of clients that say the same thing or something similar, and all of them are in different niches, right? I like to have my testimonials where my clients say, hey, I came to this guy looking for corporate event photography. He walked us through it. It was, we thought it was hard. It was easy working with Ty. We were happy with it. Still don't believe me? More proof. Why FlashFilm Media? More of our work. Get a quote. That website is very similar to that. See how similar it is to that? Very similar to that. It's a method that works. Why reinvent the wheel? It works. Good looking out on the super chat, Lion. Make sure I get this back going. Appreciate you. That website is a few little minor tweaks from being great. Little things like the background, making sure that the images load. But he's on track. He's on track. He's definitely on track. Let me make sure I can see your comments real quick. Also, for logo services, I like 99 Designs. What else? Let me make sure I answer the questions. So editing outsource, go to the Facebook group. There's some guys that are local to the group who are members in the group that are editors, right? They're content creators just like you are. And just like you're trying to reach plumbers or doctors, they're editors trying to reach content creators who just want them to edit. So you may be able to work something out there. I like them. I like Video Husky. I've used a few people on Fiverr that works. So real quick. So gold members, yes, somebody asked a question. Gold members have the ability to send in, they have the ability to send in their content to be reviewed on our Thursday lives. So, want to make sure I was a few questions that popped up. I think that I use Squarespace. I use Squarespace for my site. I think that was a Squarespace site. The thing about Squarespace is you can never tell. I can spot a Wix site. I can spot a WordPress site. I have a hard time trying to spot a Squarespace site. I want to get into advertising. So do I just make spec commercials? Yes and no. You want to shoot for free, but you want to shoot for free and build a relationship with somebody that needs your services so you can understand how to provide a product to them. Ty, do you request testimonials from clients during the shoot or do you schedule it in? I'll try to get it during the shoot because I'm already set up. I got lighting. You'll be surprised at how many are given to you during the shoot. I am perfectly fine with getting a testimonial during the shoot, but I will come back after if needed. Get video testimonials. Offer a 5% discount for a video testimonial. If they're like, most of them do it for free, but offer a discount. That video testimonial will continue to make you money. So silver members don't have the same option. At the end of the month, we're going to do away with the silver membership. So if you are a silver member, you're gonna have the option to upgrade or downgrade. And the reason being is it's difficult to create 3 layers of content for every membership. I just want to do channel supporter, gold member, and just be able to go that route. Silver is just difficult. But if you are a silver member, this is what I'll do. This month, for the rest of the month, if you are a silver member, I will post the information for you to submit your reel and stuff as well. We'll definitely do that. So let's get to the next website. And I don't know if this website didn't load right or if this is it. Okay, we're going to show it anyway, but forgive me. Okay, this is the website. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about here. And it's still in the process. I don't understand, what the buy now is. I'm not even gonna click on it. I don't understand what that is or get a free quote. Maybe I'll click on. So you want to kind of get away from sites that's set up this way, because what are you offering the client, right? If I'm a client and I need a training video, what solution are you offering? Right now it's just drugs and no solution. So you want to kind of get away from that. And it's a lot of work to get to what you want. You know what I mean? And there's some things that are missing. if a client is coming to you, they won't feel like you have the knowledge and expertise to create great content for them just based off visuals. Right? And that could be a problem. So with this site, I definitely would move away from you want to move away from the whole design. I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to start from scratch. You want to add your mission statement, your demo reel up front. Because if you got, listen, the reason behind that, right? The thinking behind that mission statement, the thinking behind this area is the average person is going to spend 30 seconds on your website, right? You got to give them that 1-2 punch up front. You cannot hold their hand and be all sweet. You got to knock them out, right? You got to knock them out to take advantage of that lead that you paid for, right? If you're paying for marketing, you're paying for SEO, you're paying for people to come to your site, right? You want to take advantage of as many of those people that land on your website as possible. You don't have to spend $1 million in marketing. You spend $1 million in marketing and you're getting 2 clients out of it, you're not gonna make any money. If you can spend $100 in marketing and get 3 clients out of it, now we're cooking with Crisco, we're talking. So you want to punch them in their face as hard as you can up front. This website, it doesn't do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I honestly felt like I felt like that they may be doing like tattoo. I don't know why I thought like a tattoo needle, but we got to give the client more, right? We got to get a client more. This is just offering the drug. So we got to make sure we get a client more than what we're giving them, because it doesn't say what solution you provide. It just say we do video, we do photo, contact us about reviews. So it's just something to think about as you move forward and build it. You know what I'm saying? You wanna focus on the solution that you provide for the client. The work is great. The work looks good. I see great images. But you got to think about a niche as well. If I'm looking for a headshot and my first picture is this, I'm gonna be like, well, this guy don't really focus. Even though you got headshots, this guy don't really focus on headshots. If I'm looking for commercial photography or I'm looking for event photography and I come here and that's the only picture here, my bad, because I'm blocking it. If this is the only picture that looks like you may have captured an event, I can't fully commit to it, right? Think about it like this. With content, because it's creative, it's hard for people to let go their dollar, right? They need some they need to feel confident when they choose you to do business with. And they can't do that if you don't give them enough examples. You don't give them enough examples. They just can't do that without the examples. So real quick, let me see. No. Media Smith, you're not being difficult, bro. You're good. Let me see. Your copywriter is on point. Going to get a whole new website design. About sections. Listen, another thing too. When you start to create an about section, right? Try to make your about section less about you and more about your brand, right? Focus on the brand. Now you could say the founder did this, that, and the other, but the brand is this, that, and the other. Don't get caught up in writing about you. Hey, I like video. This is the stuff I like doing. I've been using cameras for whatever, blah, 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 right? You don't want to do that. Like my about section, I'll show you mine if you haven't been to the website. We got a little touch of military up here, but it talk about the brand. And I got a pop-up saying how super simple it makes it. And that's just something that's just an added touch of like a Squarespace just to get their attention. That only comes up after they've been looking for a while or scrolling. They don't come up as soon as you go to the website. And it's a great feature to help bring in leads. Because I want to make sure that people understand how simple we make it. That's something that scares people away. But my about section talks about my brand, talks about FlashFilm Media, and then we got a little bit about the founder, right? And then get social with us. But it ain't about me. It's about the brand, because it's about the brand. It's not about me. What I say, companies buy from companies. They write big checks to companies. They don't write it to people. So something to think about. So let's go into another, I want to say reel real quick, and let's go into that real quick. Let me check my audio, make sure I can hear it. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you one thing this video is missing instantly that jumps out to me, right? And it's something that I did a video on a while back. This video shot well, but it's missing color grading. These colors should pop. These orange, this rust, this chrome should pop. It should pop out at me. That license plate I seen in the beginning should pop out at me. Those are little things to add value, and to add, it increase your production level to make you look more valuable. It make whatever camera you got look better. You know, that's why people see footage from Red. They think, oh, these guys, this Red is amazing for $50,000. No, it's just that a guy who spent $50,000 on a camera is going to probably spend $100,000 on the education to go behind the editing, the grading, and getting the most out of that image. You move up to a Red when you've learned how to push your DSLR and your mirrorless as much as you possibly can. So that's the first thing I would do when I sit back down with this file again is color grade it. Make these colors pop. Even if you're not really experienced in color grading, right? There's some great courses on lynda.com, which is now LinkedIn Learning. I keep calling it Lynda, that can help you just get a basic understanding and pushing color grading. But these colors should pop. I mean, look at that yellow. That yellow right there should be popping off the screen. These reds should be popping off the screen. And if you're shooting with a Canon, Canon is really good about pulling out reds and oranges and rust colors. So this whole oil pan here, or gas tank, I'm sorry, should be popping. Should be popping like crazy.
My name is Rick, owner of Springs Brake and Suspension. I've been in the industry for 47 years with a strong passion for maintaining and working on vehicles. The biggest thing we do is brakes, suspensions, bearings, struts, shocks, that type of thing. We don't do tune-ups, oil change.
One other thing real quick. I would go more gimbal, and I would shoot at a higher frame rate because there's a lot of movement and the frame rate doesn't keep up with the movement a little bit. I would shoot at 60 frames a second. Even if you got to shoot at 720p, shoot at 60 frames per second. And I'm just, you know, listen, you can go back and look at my videos. I made the same mistakes. I jacked some stuff up. Let me tell you, I jacked some stuff up. All right, I jacked some stuff up terribly. But as you move forward and work, you know, it's just things that it'll start catching your eye, and you just start thinking about as you move forward. And it's all good. It's not a bad thing.
Changes. What we offer is personalized service. I'm just a one-man band. I'm the only person you deal with. With that comes great savings. After you've done it as long as I have, after you've test driven.
That red right there should be popping. That Impala red, I'm from Detroit, I love cars, I can tell you. That Impala should be popping. That gold should be popping. It should look like this. That red should look like this right now.
In thousands of cars, you're able to pick up on, you know, subtle noises and so forth. Basically, we work on most foreign and domestic vehicles.
Those are the type of shots that make clients money, right? Because you caught them with one of their clients in an aha moment. Like, oh, okay. Those are little things you put in your back pocket that makes your client money.
As well as
another thing you want to be careful of is headroom up here, right up top. You want to give him at least about, you know, I would have his head at least like about here, the top of his head. You just got to be careful that you don't cut off his head. And I try to, you know, and it's just something you learn when you're on set. Chairs that rock and turn and swivel, they out of here. I'm getting you a bench or a bar stool or something where you're stuck and you're not moving. That way I don't have to worry about focus and all of this stuff. And you want to eliminate those chairs. And that's his chair, I get it. But in doing so, Another trick you can do is shoot it wide, especially if you're shooting in 4K, and then crop in. So give them more than enough room and then crop in later in post. If you're shooting in 4K and delivering in 1080p, you won't have much of an issue. If you're shooting in 1080p and delivering in 1080p, you're going to have a little bit loss in quality. But just something to think about.
A lot of specialty vehicles. Most vehicles are done same day.
Another aha moment.
Our address is 1340.
So real quick, those aha moments, you can fake them until you make them. I've had clients bring in their wives and their cousins. I've had clients get employees to wear regular clothes and they walk in and have an aha moment.
7 Northeast Salmon Creek Avenue, Vancouver, Washington.
Another thing you can do for free just to add to it, go to Google Maps, pull it up on Google Maps, copy half of it to the screen, just showing the map of the location. Little stuff like that I've done to help just boost the video.
Come on down and see us.
Or the thing now is QR codes, so people can scan it and then get directions. But that's a little something you can throw in your pocket to add, make a little extra money. Charge for a QR code and just copy and paste. I thought the oh wait, let me switch out. I thought the audio matched the video. I'm sure they wanted something upbeat. When you deal with cars, you kind of got that hot rod feel, so that's perfect. And you know, only thing is missing, only small changes I would make, small changes. Which 4 things. 1, I gimbal it. I go with a gimbal just to get smoother shots. 2, higher frame rate if you're going to be quick turn like that. 3, the color grading, definitely. Even if you try to apply a LUT to it that's made for that type of camera, I'm not crazy about them, but it's a good starting point. And the next thing I would do is end on the call to action for businesses. Post a phone number, like encourage people to call you. Hey, give us a call today to get started on blah, 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 blah. So it's something to think about. So I think this video I showed last week, but we're going to show it again because I can't remember if I showed it or not, but I think it's dope. Real quick, let me go to questions just to see if we got any questions, new questions in the chat room because I can't see it. Yeah, this is why I tell you to shoot for free, right? Go do it. Go out there and shoot for free and get good at it and build that relationship with that client and come back and say, hey man, I want to reshoot this part, or hey man, I like that part. It's all good. It's about growing and building and just getting better at it. So real quick, let me pull that up. Okay, so one thing you want to think about and you want to look at is when you start to EQ sound in your editing suite, right? You want to make sure that you pull down the levels. Like if you got a voice that's around 80 hertz, 90 hertz, you want to pull that down a little bit in your music so they don't compete. Real simple, quick trick to help your audio, your text peak above your audio. So, in the headroom, be conscious of the headroom. So let's go to our next video real quick.
Welcome to a new way of learning. Students are gaining information from teachers, textbooks, and now video. With technology, video has increased students' learning capabilities by having this information at their fingertips. These videos must...
But just, you see how those colors pop? This is a colorful environment and those colors pop. They get your attention and keep you focused on the screen.
Be crafted by a person with great communication skills, engaging ideas, and storytelling techniques to inspire students.
These shots here aren't color graded. That's why they don't pop like the other ones. That's something you got to be mindful of. They don't match the other ones.
Teachers and volunteers alike.
I mean, that's a great example. That shot needs to be color graded. That bread looks like it's old, and it just does that when you don't color. I think that's broccoli. And this project is probably not complete. It's no big deal. I'm just pointing it out for those who may not have the trained eye to see it. but you see how colorful those shots were, and then we go to this. Those are little things that'll make people back out and lose interest. They'll be like, all right, you'll see your drop-off rate. If you're on YouTube, you'll be like, man, they're only watching it to 25 seconds in. And then, you know, it's gone. Let me get my picture up here so you can see it. And then it's gone. And they, you know, my drop-off point is 25 seconds. I wonder why. And then I go back and look at videos, and I realize that my video went from bright blue and colorful to that. And I lose people. So just something to think about.
Volunteers alike. Matthew Freeman, a Converge broadcast
went straight to another great image that's colored and colorful. It's perfect.
Media graduate of the University of North Texas, has a background in producing different types of engaging media for different businesses. Since graduation, Matthew's roles in different companies required him to be detail-oriented while maintaining deadlines, working with people across the nation as well as the globe. Matthew has worked with students and their leaders to capture stunning moments, from rehearsals, competitions, to game day, solidifying moments of history for social media. When it comes to video, Matthew has conceived, developed, and produced video that is presented to clients across the nation, as well as assisted with the creation of a documentary. When engaging video needs to be produced, there's at least one person that comes to mind: Matthew Freeman, a lifelong student of learning. Matthew Freeman is ready for an interview for this position. Please contact him immediately by phone at.
So I remember talking to him, and he said his video wasn't complete. Something to think about moving forward is you want to make sure that your content is about your brand and not just about you, right? You want to make sure it's about your brand and not about yourself, because people want to contact your brand. And remember, businesses buy from businesses. They cut big checks to businesses. Something you definitely want to think about. So we'll go into one more. We actually got two more real quick. I preloaded them this time so it wouldn't have the issue we had last time. So let's go right into the next one real quick because I didn't see any new questions. So let's go right into the next one. Now, anytime you have food, you gotta color grade. You gotta make these colors pop. You gotta push them. You gotta get a little more saturation with food. You want them to pop and push it a little bit. I love the sound. You hear it?
Hi, my name is Juan, co-owner of Bonitas, located on 4920 West Thunderbird Road, Suite 100, and we serve great Mexican traditional food. So we do understand that there's a lot going on. It's crucial to stay clean right now. So what we're doing is we are making sure that everyone's staying clean, using hand sanitizer. We do want to make sure that we sanitize everything at all times. And we just want to make sure everyone is still comfortable when they come into our restaurant and enjoy some food. So please come on into Bonitas and you can enjoy some great food with me and my family. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you so much again, and you guys have a great day.
Okay, just real quick. Make sure I go full screen on that because I don't know how MKBHD jumped up there real quick, but he did. So a few things that I would change with the style of shooting. Just with that, and it's just me picking at it. It's not saying what you've done is wrong at all. I would lead with the fact that they are doing a lot to prevent the spread of the virus, then go into the food, because that's the main point of that video, in my opinion. Hey, our restaurant serves Mexican cuisine, and we're doing a lot to prevent the spread of coronavirus. So when you eat with us, it's going to be a safe food that has been cared for from start to end. And I would have showed a little bit more, B-roll to back it up other than just the table wiping. I would have showed a little bit more, and maybe even less of him, especially when he started moving the paper. I would have showed just a little bit less of him. I like the music. I like the color scheme. But remember, when you shoot food, you got to make it pop. That yellow got to be yellow, that orange got to be orange, or it backfires on the company. It makes their food look unhealthy and stale. That's why you don't see any black and white food commercials. Rarely do you ever see it. You see really colorful, popping commercials when it comes to food, because it does something to you. If you got a Samsung phone, it has a food filter, and all that food filter do is boost saturation and vibrancy. That's all it does. That's the only thing it does. So, with him, I wouldn't even did 2 angles with him. I'd have did 1, right? I would have showed him for a few seconds. I would have pulled him off, and I would have showed you more food, more cleaning. Other than that, I think it's a good video. It was a free project. So you got to start there. You got to work there. You got to grind there, right? You start to build it and grow it. And I'm telling you, you're going to wake up and you're going to look at it. Like I shot a lot of stuff. I just shot a lot of free stuff. And like 6 months later, it was stuff that I shot for free that I was pulling off my site because it just wasn't on a level that I currently am on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about growing. And it's just like shooting a weapon, right? You grow the more rounds you put down range, the better of a shooter you get, the better of a shooter you become. The more film you use, the more memory cards you fill up, the better of a filmmaker you become. Trust me. You got to just go out and do it. That's why I tell you to shoot for free. Shoot for free. If you wake up and you got, 40 hours of filming experience and you want to make money, it's going to be difficult to show value. Go out and shoot for free, right? Go out and shoot for free. Somebody said they like the second camera angle, and that's fine. I would shoot a wide 4K shot and then have a closer 1080p shot where I can go back and forth. But I'm not going to show a lot of the speaker because it's not about him. It's about the restaurant. I'm just there to make sure you got a face to put with the voice. After that, we're going back to B-roll to show more of the outside of the building. People getting food, people happy eating. Food being delivered, people ordering, people filling up soft drinks. There's other B-roll I would have shown, people sitting 6 feet apart. There's other B-roll and things like that I would have shown to just kind of push that we're open, we're running, we're operating. Come on in and eat. Do they got a drive-through? Do they got takeout order? Are they delivering through Uber Eats? Maybe have someone come pick up a bag. Those are just things, just ideas I'm just throwing at you that I would have mixed in to help push that moving forward. And when things get, as things open back up, and right now my schedule is crazy because businesses are starting to catch back up, but I'm gonna go shoot some stuff for free. I'm gonna go walk in a place and I'm gonna shoot some stuff for free and I'm gonna film it just to show you, regardless of what level you on or what level you think you on or where you think you at, I still shoot for free, right? I still shoot for free. So you got to keep doing it. I still want to get better at it. I still want to be on the next level. I still shoot for free. So there's nothing wrong with it, right? Sometimes I may do it as a favor if I got a friend that started a business and I see them putting forth the effort and they're doing it, I may go shoot it for free, but I still shoot for free. I shoot more music videos for free than anything because I can be crazy and creative on a music video. I can be as crazy as I want. You can turn the camera upside down and shake it and swing it, and a music video will make it work because it's just that crazy of a format. Whereas for business, it's a little different. You don't want to go too far outside the box. So something to think about. We got one more video that I want to jump into. It's about Airbnb, and let's go into it real quick. Let me make this full screen. There we go.
Short-term rental market has changed. With all the new listings popping up over the last few years, market saturation has made it increasingly.
You can never go wrong with a time lapse. You can never go wrong with a time lapse, my friend. I love time lapses. Maybe because I watched too much of the first 48, but if you can capture a time lapse of any business that you're doing business with, go for it. Get you a GoPro, sit it outside the business, let it snap for about 30 minutes or an hour or however long you're in the business. If you get a slider, put it on a slider. Time lapses, you will blow companies away with time lapses. I used to get, I'm gonna tell you real quick, and I'm gonna get back to the video, but I used to get when I shot a lot of shoots and it was a busy lobby, I would just set a camera up to get a time lapse while I'm shooting in another room or doing something different. And I would get just time lapses of people coming in and out the company, especially if you can give them a pan, like if you got a DJI Osmo Pocket, or if you got, like from your cell phone, if you got one of the handheld gimbals. That's why I tell you, you need one of them handheld gimbals, because you can put your cell phone in it and capture a moving time lapse that move all over, pop that in your video, and you will blow them away. Just of their lobby, a boring doctor's lobby on time lapse will blow them away. So I include as much time lapse as possible, and it's a little secret, a little something you can put in your back pocket that when you include in the video and they don't remember you getting it, it will blow them away. It will make you seem more professional. It'll add more value. It'll up the cinematic value of your video, and it's just dope. And you can eat up a lot of time during a talking head with a time lapse. Time lapses are one of those shots you can hold for longer than 8 seconds, right? And it don't get boring instead of just a regular shot of the lobby. So something to think about, something to put in your back pocket. Let's get back to it. In fact, let me go to the version without my head in the shot so you can see it. Let's go.
Difficult to be competitive while still attracting quality guests. That's why the best way to keep your listing occupied at the prices your property deserves is with video and high quality imagery. In a world full of photographers and video creators, very few of them know how to create the right content for your short-term rental that not only gets your listing seen, but is designed specifically to brand it in a way that sets it apart from the competition. Skyline STR was founded by the hosts of Hardy Hotel with a background in rental arbitrage on Airbnb and VRBO. And our goal is to increase your rankings on the search results, promote inquiries and bookings, and ultimately maximize.
Pause. I interrupt this demo reel because this guy has hit it right on the head. And in his demo reel, he's already talking about his goal and job and purpose in life for you is to make you money. It's so important. That's so important. Not sure if he took the course or not, but it's something that I touch on. Your job is to make your client money. Don't let them figure out how they can make money off your video or what your video can do or what you as a company can do. If they got to figure out how this video can make them money and you're not walking in the door like, I'm going to make you money, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Every single video is designed to make somebody money. He's telling you from his demo reel that if you choose him as a company, he's telling you from day one, he's going to fight to make you money. That is a return off investment feeling immediately. That eases the whatever price he's going to ask for, and it makes it feel so much better, right? If you went to buy a truck right now for your business and the truck is $70,000, or you go to another dealership and they say the truck is $70,000, but we're gonna try to make you at least $50,000 of it back with your bit. Let's go, bro. Let's go. It's nothing to think about. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as you build your demo reel. Something that I talk about in the course. You want to make people money. That's what he's talking about. That's why it's perfect, and it's something you gotta put in your pocket to present when you present your brand. The return on investment is the most important part of the solution, and it's gonna be a part of every solution that you offer. And the greater return on investment you provide, the more you can charge. If I can guarantee you that I can do a video that'll make you $1 million, you'll give me $500,000 for it without thinking twice. So that's why it's important that you talk about that, because it's going to be the elephant in the room. And if you scared to talk about it, he going to be scared to ask it. And that's just going to make it more difficult for you to get that client and be reassuringly expensive. You want to be reassuringly expensive. This guy is showing you money right now. Let's go back to that real quick. He's showing you the bread right now on the screen. He landed on the table for you.
Occupancy.
Look at that. He giving you money back right there. So this guy is already, he's showing me that he gonna give me hundreds back. That mean how many hundreds did he lay on the table? I just want to count real quick.
Maximize occupancy at the highest price in your market.
10. So he laid $1,000 on the table. So just in my head, I feel like I'm getting $1,000 back for his video. So the price of his video just went up just because he showed me money. And he ain't scared to talk about it. And he ain't beating around the bush about it. And he ain't like, well, maybe we're going to see what we can do. Hopefully we can. No, he walking in the door saying, look, I'm about to make a video that's going to make you money. That's why I'm here, to make you money. But it's going to cost you. That other guy talking 1,000, he not here to make you money. He just here to shoot the video. I'm here to design something that's going to make you money. So yeah, it's going to be 3,000. But our purpose and the reason why it costs more is because we're designing it to get you a higher return on investment. You can roll the dice for 1,000 and get a dope looking video, or you can go with a company that's 3 times the price that's going to put everything into creating the return on your investment with every part of this process. Who do you want to go with? It's that easy. This guy gets it. So let's go back to it.
Our journey started with an apartment in the middle of a saturated market with low occupancy during the off season. And we had to figure out what it took to make the business work in a town that nobody wanted to travel to for 9 months out of the year. We took that experience.
Pause one more time. You see the solution that he's providing in his demo reel? Right? You know what I mean? People that are sitting in towns like, dang, I'm going through that right now. He's providing a solution, right? He's not just telling you video gonna work for you. He's providing a solution. That solution also comes with a return on investment. That's what you're, now think about it now. His competition is a guy that's just showing videos of houses to music. I don't even gotta break this down to you. Anybody watching who wanna run a business, that wanna make a living, you don't even got to think about who you going to work with, because the demo reel already got you. He punching you in the throat right now, and you don't even got a house to rent on Airbnb, but it's a no-brainer. This is what it feel like to get punched in the throat. I want you to feel it. You can't swallow right now. It's like eating a Popeyes biscuit, 2 of them with no drink, and you got that tear coming down your eye because you're trying to swallow it, and your light flashing before your eye, but the Popeye biscuit good, and you gonna fight it. That's what you feel right now. It's all good. Let's go back to it. Keep chewing that biscuit, though.
And transitioned into the digital media sector, becoming one of the only photography and video content creators that specialize for things like understanding Airbnb's algorithm. What kind of photos?
Hey, real quick. Did y'all notice how serious the music got when he started talking about the solution? How it went from being all fun and games to listen? Now he's laying out everything that he offer, why he's better than his competition. Media Smith's good looking out on the throat punch tax. Fun Film got everybody taxing everything. Good looking out on the Fun Film on the super chat.
Appeal to travelers. How to create thumbnails that stand out. Video tours of your property that create excitement and get shared. All designed to increase your occupancy with the guests you want at the prices you deserve. Something we like.
Now, pause real quick. I feel like there are ways that the video could have been shot better, right? There's some areas where grading could be better, where it's a little shaky. But the message is so good, I don't care. If I'm a business owner, I don't care. Because he has solved the problem that I have. And if he can solve it with what he got, that's all I care about. I don't care about shooting the next Transformers. I care about getting people in my Airbnb so that I can make some money. I don't care about the other stuff. His message is so spot on that I'm punched in the throat so hard, I need this glass of water right now so I can swallow this Popeye's biscuit. You feel me? That's when I talk about, on the course, Those are things I talk about. Like this guy is a course graduate. He gets it. When you just putting them reels, like think about his competition. Think about the guy that's next to him that's saying we could shoot your video for your Airbnb house. Look at these shots we got. Look at this drone shot. Watch how the drone cut through here and watch how the picture fades. We got a slider we set up so we can come from behind the couch and show the coffee table. That guy's like, I don't give a damn. You ain't talked about how you gonna make me money. This guy has. That's what you got to think about when you go in this field, this industry. That's what you got to know. That he's separating himself from everybody else that just want to take pretty pictures, right? He's separating himself from the pretty picture crew, right? And if I was being just an artist and I wanted to pick through and say this shot could be better, that shot could be better, maybe more color grade here, maybe pop that, I can. But the message is so damn strong that I'm here looking to critique it and I still can't get away from the message. So a guy that's looking for this service, he gonna be hooked. You can just wheel him in. That's why that message is so important. That script is so strong, and that approach, is spot on. That's what you got to think about when you build your brand. Let's go back to it, because I can talk about the message all day.
Like to call bookability. For the photo side, we produce intriguing images and strategic thumbnails designed to make your listing stand out and get the click. For video, we believe that this sleeping giant has yet to be awakened and is going to be the biggest opportunity for marketing your short-term rental in the next few years. Our video production.
Bro, did y'all see that? Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Right? He's increased your call to action by putting a time limit on it. Video is a sleeping giant. Get ahead of the curve. Right? Be first to the game. So you may have been calling him for photos and you're like, I think I need both now. He just upsold you without even thinking about it. I don't even got to break that down. If you heard that, you seen the value in it, right? That's a great script. That's a good message. We're not even done with it yet. We still got another 30 seconds, right? And I've been punched in my throat about 6 times. I'm getting stomped on. My man just came out with the Timberlands on. It's over for me. I'm about to send him money. If I got an Airbnb, I'm about to send him money. Let's go back to it.
Starts with the plan and ends with the brand that tells your story and gives a tour of your property that highlights its features, so your visitors can feel comfortable booking with you more than with anyone else. So when the success of your short-term rental is on the line, there's only one company to trust with your image: Skyline STR. For a free quote, go to skylinestr.com and let's get started.
So, what else do we need to talk about? That's a mic drop moment. That's just a good quality reel, man. That's, I can't really say more. Is there some things I would have changed color wise, footage wise? Yeah, I probably would have. I would have made some stuff pop. I probably would have chose some different shots, but the message was so spot on that who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, the message was so spot on. Let me see your question real quick. Ty, how can I promise to make the money if all I'm doing is delivering a dope video? If the client can't market it, they won't make money, which is why I struggle to promise dollar. Help me see it other way. That's a great question. That's a great question. Okay, there's a few things you need to do, right? You need to educate the client on the difference between a video and what text will do. That 72% more people will engage with you because of video than just text, right? You want to push the client to market the video. right? And you're not competing. You see, in your mind, you're saying if I deliver a video to it and they do nothing and they don't make a money, I've failed them, right? The goal is to educate the client on what video will offer, my video over traditional text. You're competing with traditional text, right? If they use a tool, it's just like me saying, if you're used to using a knife, but if I give you a machine gun, you're going to be able to win the war. But if you don't know how to use it, if you don't apply it, if you don't put the bullets in it, if you don't equip your men with it, it's just as useful as a knife. You're just going to beat somebody over the head with it. It's not my job to force you to go use this machine gun correctly. It's my job to sell it to you, to train you on how to use it, to explain the benefits of it so that you can move forward with winning the war with this tool, right? I'm giving you a lot of knowledge today, right? It can make you a whole lot of money. I can't show up at your house and tell you to do it, right? I can lead you to water. I can't make you drink. I can lead you to a book. I can't make you think. My goal is to give you the tools to be successful, right? And if you do what I know works, because I'm the subject matter expert in my niche and I've seen it happen because I've worked with multiple companies and they implemented it the way I instructed them to implement it, you will have success and you will have return on your investment. Just like, the contract pack, right? If I talk about, and I'm gonna use one of my products because I can speak to it. If you buy it and you send out a proposal and you don't use it and you get sued or somebody walk away from a deal, you can't call me and say, I bought your contract pack. Okay, did they sign it? No, I just bought the pack. Well, that's why you're in the situation you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a Jeep Grand Cherokee and you stuck in the mud and you never turn it on 4-wheel drive, bro, what you want me to do? I can only educate you on what it has and when to use it and why to use it. You know what I'm saying? That's your return on investment. Now it's up to you to put it into action, right? They have to take action. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm giving you a ton of information here, right? There's a lot of people that's going to watch it and be like, man, Ty is smart. I like what he's talking about. And they're going to go back and watch the rest of Ozark tonight. And there are some people that's going to take this information and they're going to hit the ground with it. They're going to go back and look at their whole demo reel and punch people in the mouth with it. So, it's something to think about. It's something to think about as you move forward and, build your brand. Let me put that on the screen. So you gotta put it into work. Same camera setup, just different lighting. So that is all of the videos I have to critique and look at today. Let's talk about the client that bailed on me. Let me take a look at it real quick. Because I want to read the message that I got from them, and then I'm gonna talk about what it was. Okay. So I had a client contact me about creating courses. It was a medical client. And they had hired a teacher to come in and they wanted to film the teacher speak and they wanted to have a 2-camera setup. They wanted us to film it, which I would have filmed it live using the sling and delivered the final video. They wanted to resell the courses on their website, right? And I charged them a decent amount. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was a couple grand, the usual. 2-man crew. We're there for 5 hours. We got to add graphics, whatever. So the client chose not to go with me, right? Wasn't a little bit because of price, but we're going to talk about, anytime you don't win a sale, I always encourage you to ask why. Hey, just for improvement, we want to know what made you choose a competitor. Right, we just want to talk. We just want to get some what's the names. They pretty much just say, "Hey, I booked another company. Thank you for your information." My reply was, "No problem. If you don't mind me asking, in little quotations, just to improve moving forward, what made you choose a different company?" There was something they said that told me I'm glad I didn't get this client. One, we have a 50% retainer, right? Non-refundable retainer / deposit. Right? They didn't want to pay a non-refundable retainer. We're talking about an event that happens Saturday. So you want me to clear my Saturday, not take any other business, and hope that you open the door when I arrive without a retainer or a deposit? It's not going to happen. Another thing, they said the other company was more competitive in pricing, and they didn't require a retainer. Okay, that's a client I don't want, right? If you're creating something to directly resell it and quality is not an issue for you and you can't commit to a retainer, I don't want your business, right? I'm in a position where I can say no to that. And I'm not doing nothing without a retainer. Nothing. I'm not doing nothing without a retainer. Point blank, period. I just don't work like that. I'm not, because I'm losing money. I'm clearing. I'm not doing nothing without a retainer, a deposit retainer. So it's nothing to talk. It's nothing to talk about. Sometimes you got to tell clients no, and that's okay. It's okay to tell clients no. That's why you the boss. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in a position where you're taking everything. What if I would have took that job, right? I got one of my guys show up, and they like, oh, you know what? We're gonna move it to next Tuesday. Well, I gotta pay for labor. I got a guy that's here. Promised them a day rate. I got to eat that. It comes out of the cost. I'm here with my gear. I got to eat that price. Not cool. So no retainer. We ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't care if I know you or not. Right? My grandma called me up and say, the macaroni is on the stove, is cooking. That's my retainer. I'm there. I'll be like, Grandma, did you cut the macaroni on? Is the sweet potato pie in the oven? She like, yeah. I said, I'm on the way. But if that sweet potato pie ain't in the oven, I'm not coming, Grandma. She like, I didn't cut sweet potatoes. Okay, I'm coming. So that's right. Fun Films, good looking out on the super chat. He said retainer. We're not doing deposits. We're doing non-refundable retainers. But you got to look out for that stuff, right? And I know when I said it, she was like, how much do I need to pay up front? 50%. Oh, at that point, I knew my Saturday was going to be free, and I'm okay with that. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. All right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today. Had a chance to look at some good, y'all liking the pink polo. I'm going to have to do that again, you know. We're going to get ready to wrap up today. This episode won't be available on podcast, of course, because the podcasters can't see it, even though it's some good jewels. And this episode will be available in the member section as soon as they finish processing on YouTube. Just real quick, let me put the podcast information up to make sure you can see the other or listen to the other episodes. We're going to have some stuff that's going to be on podcast that won't be on YouTube, right? Because I want to interview a lot of people and talk about their process. And we're going to have a whole lot of episodes that aren't YouTube. In fact, I love to interview some of you guys just to listen to your process and go and move forward and listen to how you're growing and what you've tried. So somebody said, I need 50% of that pie, Grandma. So, you know, the goal is to grow, right? Don't beat yourself too hard because it ain't perfect, right? Don't go hard on yourself like that, right? Just keep shooting, keep practicing with business. You can read all the business books you want and you step out there and you'll still get smacked up. Right? You can read all the karate books you want, but until you get in a fight, you ain't gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? Till you get that first punch, it's gonna be real. So military, the same thing. You go through all that military training, stuff different when the bullets is real. When it ain't just sound effects, when it ain't blanks, when it's real bullets, it's a whole different ball game. And you gotta practice. Like you just gotta be in that situation. So, if you are a silver member for the rest of this month, I'm going to open it up where you can submit stuff. Even if you submit it now while you can, even if I don't get it on the next show, it's going to be in the queue so I can get to it. And again, I want to thank y'all for y'all support. Story to record. Good looking out, Eli. Had to be in and out today because I'm making calls for the business, expanding the LLC to Michigan, and lock down a registered agent. Thanks for helping my business, Ty. So Eli does consult. We do a lot of consulting with him to help him grow the business. Man, he's a great guy. Great idea, and his business is taking off. Fun Films. What time is it? It's game time. It's only 9 o'clock where I'm at. So, let me see. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. I think Mike Tyson said that. That is correct. So, had a great time with you guys. Make sure you tune in. We're going to go live again next Tuesday. And next Thursday, we might do another Super Chat Saturday. Can't promise you, but it may happen. So just all my notification crew, my notification squad, you got to be on it. Because, I like to pop up and just show up. CRP Media, good looking out on the Super Chat. And Fun Film, good looking out on the Super Chat again. All right, so I'm going to wrap up. Again, thank you guys, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Appreciate your support. And, hey, Silver members, I'm about to post it in, the next, 5 minutes. So make sure you load that, you blow up that email with your information. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you also join that Facebook group. I'm missing a whole lot in there. All right? Let me go ahead and be up out this thing.